Today's roulette tournament is called Street Cred and it's presented to us by the Roulette Devil. Before we get started with this strategy, I just wanted to make two quick apologies and also a thank you to the community. So we're obviously on a bit of a bad streak with this roulette tournament, but I wanted to apologise for being so negative about it because I know as well as anybody that roulette strategies sometimes they lose and we can't win every single time we come to the table. So I saw some comments of some people that had submitted strategies apologising. You don't need to apologise. I know the risk. I want to thank you for taking the time to create the strategy, submit it so that I can obviously show it to the community. So no hard feelings. You're not responsible if we lose some money with your roulette strategies. Obviously, you can gain some rewards with sharing a third of the profit, but I just wanted to apologise if I've been a bit negative. Obviously, I don't like losing money, but I appreciate it happens when we come to the roulette table. The second one is, well, it's a thank you and an apology. So thank you for everybody that has submitted roulette strategies. I've had over 100 submissions. So I appreciate you taking the time out, watching the tournament and getting involved. But obviously that leads me to saying, unfortunately, over 2/3 of the people are going to be a bit disappointed because we're only doing 37 strategies. I could technically play this forever and we never find a winner, but I don't think people want to see that. We want to find a winner. So unfortunately, I can't include all of them. So it doesn't mean that they're terrible strategies. It just means that I have to exclude the majority of them. Anyway, with that being said, let's play the street cred. So this is going to start off very small, and then we're going to increase our bets and also increase our probabilities of winning. That might sound like a gambler's fantasy, but it is actually going to happen. So let's get the bet on. The first one is $2.50 on a street. Okay. Our first bet is $2.50. Might sound crazy small. It might be, but these are going to increase. We are going to follow the winning street. So that was number 4. We've got it on the street that covers 4, 5, and 6. On a loser, we are going to do this until we've got 5 streets covered. So let's add that street there that covers 10, 11, 12. So we repeat the bet and we get that 10, 11, 12 on there. So we're going to go all the way up to 5 streets, okay? If we miss when we've got 5 streets, we're going to double the bet. So all of those will be $5 each. Then if we miss that, we're going to add a 6th street. And then if we miss that, we are going to follow the Fibonacci sequence. So that's when things can start escalating. We need to hit a few losers. I think it's like 6 or 7 losers before we go into that Fibonacci sequence. But I'm certain it will happen because the first bet we've only got 3 numbers covered. The second bet we've only got 6 numbers covered. The third bet we're about to have 9 numbers covered. So that was 28. Oops. I need to repeat the bet first. Let me get that on quickly. Yeah, so repeat the bet and then add your street. Otherwise, you're going to mess it up. Yeah, so we've only got 9 numbers covered. Then the next one will be 12, etc. And then Fibonacci kicks in. So then we go 5, 5, 10, 15, 25, 40 on each. We've hit that. Okay, great. On each street. And obviously there's going to be 6 of them whilst we're doing that. Let's get this bet back on. Zoom into our stats. So we hit 1 and we jumped into profit. Now, if my calculations are correct, I think with the exception of the 5th bet, the one just before you double, you will go into profit when you hit a winner, because you could lose 1 bet, lose 2 bets, lose 3 bets, lose 4 bets, not have doubled, and then hit a winner, but it won't be enough to recoup the previous losses. One thing on the Fibonacci sequence. So the Roulette Devil sort of gave two explanations for the Fibonacci. He mentioned going up the Fibonacci on a loser, but then coming down on a winner. But then he also mentioned resetting after 2 wins. And they're two separate ways to play the Fibonacci sequence. You can either go up and then come down, or you can win 2 in a row and reset. And I just need to clarify something when this lands. Let's quickly repeat the bet and get 18 on. And when I'm talking about that win 2 in a row and reset, that's only when you're playing even chance bets, which we essentially will be doing. My phone's going off, sorry. Which we essentially will be doing when we've got 6 streets covered. We'll have 6 streets, there's 12 streets and there's 0, so we're essentially playing even chance bets at that point. You cannot reset the Fibonacci sequence. Oh, we just hit that one as well. $30 in profit, 6 spins. Doing absolutely fine so far. You cannot reset the Fibonacci sequence after just 1 win when you're getting an even chance payout. Well, I mean, you can if you want to, but you will not make money doing it that way. You will just, you'll lose, your wins will never recoup your losses. And you'll just end up going down and down and down and down. Unless obviously you get into a nice, your win rate is far higher than it should be. So what you need to do, if you're in that situation where your Fibonacci sequence on even chance bets, you need to win twice in a row before resetting. Or you can go back 2 spaces. So let's say, for example, we are on, so the Fibonacci sequence with us will go 5, 5, 10, 15, 25, 40. Let's say we're on that 25 bet. We could go back to that $10 bet, but that will be very difficult doing it whilst following these streets. I'll explain in a minute what I'm trying to explain. Repeat the bet, that's 29. Because if I'm going down a level, I need to take all my bets off. So let's say, for example, we go from 40 down to 15. I need to take all of those $40 bets off and get all the $15 bets on and remember what the streets were. Whereas obviously going up the Fibonacci sequence is a bit easier. Just repeat the bet and then add whatever I need to it. So we're going to go for the win 2 in a row and reset if we actually do get to that Fibonacci sequence, which I'm pretty certain we will. So we're going to repeat, and that was 21. So I think this one makes money with the 4 streets. Let's have a look. 750, you go up to $30. So the profit there is $22.50. We're currently at 15 at $22.50. Yeah, we will make some money. The next one, if we hit that 5th street, we don't fully go back to where we were. So let's repeat that. That's number 5. So we go here and here. If we lose this, we're going to double our bets. And then we should be in that a profitable one. So you almost don't want to win this. You kind of do, because obviously you're going to win some money and then reset back down to a smaller bet. But it's not going to be a profitable sequence if we do. We have, look. I think we're going to go backwards. $22.50. We were at $30. So it might sound very strange, but that is actually, I don't know how to explain it. I didn't really want to win that. It's good for our bankroll, it's good for our safety, but it's not good for the progression. If we'd have lost it, doubled, then that'd have been great. So we've gone a little bit backwards there. Let's repeat this bet and get $2.50 on this one. So when we reset, our bets are absolutely tiny, aren't they? So I've just explained the Fibonacci sequence, but to get to that Fibonacci sequence, we need to have 5 streets on, then double it, then add the 6th street, and then play the Fibonacci sequence. So you're going to have 5 streets, a loser, a 6 streets. You're going to have 7 losing bets before you actually go into that Fibonacci sequence. So we're going to repeat and get 250 on. Now, obviously, I would just love to win 1 street, reset, 1 street, reset. Very unlikely to happen. But for the point of the video and seeing how this strategy plays out, I would kind of like to get onto that Fibonacci sequence just to see what it does. Just to see if that win 2 in a row and reset does actually completely recoup your losses from the previous ones. Anyway, where are we? $2.50. I'm just wondering if the roulette devil didn't mean win 2 and reset. He actually meant, I don't know, because he's mentioned winning 2. We've hit that. We're going to be in a profit now. 27.50. Let's go back here. Yeah, I had contradicting sort of resets. Go up the Fibonacci on a winner, come down it on a lose. No, go up on a loser, come down it on a winner. Did he say reset after 2? I've written down here reset after 2. I'll explain my thinking in a minute. Repeat and get that bet on. So the reason why I'm questioning it is because, well, if you play the Fibonacci on an even chance bet, which 6 streets will be, win 2 in a row and reset, you have made money. But now I'm questioning if you make enough money to recoup your previous losses for those spins before it, where you were going 1 street, 2 streets, 3 streets, 4 streets, 5 streets. We're going to have to see. Let's repeat the bet and add. So what might happen if we ever get there is when we do win 2 on that Fibonacci and we're not in session profit, I will not reset. I might just take them all down to like $5. I'll do something because I'm questioning myself. That's a nice winner with $42.50. So there's my notes here. So I put question mark, up on a loser, down on a winner, question mark. Reset after 2, question mark. We'll figure it out. We'll see what's best way to do it. We're basically halfway there through the spins yet, and the most we had was 5 streets. We didn't even get a chance to double it. Zero. Right. He also said if 0 lands, you get on an extra street that you've not got on. So I think we go to this one here. I think we go to 23 because we've not got that 23 street on. We'll just get the bet on and I'll show you what I mean. So we won that. Then we reset here. 0 obviously isn't in a street. So then you put the previous street that won that you haven't got on. That makes sense, doesn't it? Take those early wins. That's very good for us. $65 in profit. Good job he's got that rule. Where's those numbers? Yeah, 0 came, so we went back a step and put that street on, and then obviously it came in here. So that nice little rule won us an extra $25. We are on a nice slow grind up here. Obviously, the starting bet is very small, but it is accounting for what could potentially happen. Now, I don't want to lose money, but I am also interested to see how that Fibonacci plays out. So I want to win, but I also want to lose a little bit to see the recovery of this. What do we think? Let me know. If we follow what we're doing now, up to 5 streets, then double, then add a 6th street, then follow the Fibonacci sequence, if we win 2 in a row, will we have recouped all of those previous losses? We might find out. But if you could do the calculation for me, that'd be great. $2.50 here. Just a little $7.50 bet. I mean, even if this makes $2.50 profit, I think you'll be number 3 in the leaderboard. I'm not going to be all negative about it. Like I said, I completely understand the risk of roulette. Sometimes you have winning days, sometimes you don't have winning days. It's just quite frustrating to hit like 5 losing days in a row. If you're regular to the channel, you will know that we win more. Let me just get this on. Uh, 35 there. We win more days than we lose. That doesn't necessarily mean that we win more money, because we normally go, right, we'll take $200 profit, $200 profit, $200 profit, whacked for 1,000. Yes, I've had 3 winning days, but got whacked for 1,000 on the 4th. I'm actually down $400, aren't I? But overall, if you're a regular to the channel, you'll know that we do reasonably well. Oh, we hit that. But yeah, I like to have more winning days. Obviously, I like to have more winning money. But I hope you understand the difference I'm trying to make here. You could win $10 a day for 90 days, and then on the 91st day lose $1,000, and you're going to be down, aren't you? Is that right? 90 times, yeah. But we couldn't even achieve that. We were just losing 500, losing 800. Go again. Oh, I would like that to go back into 36. Quite like that this rewards repeaters. You guys know me. I like my style now. I've sort of adopted it since this YouTube channel. It never really was follow the winner, but the community sort of persuaded me to try follow the winner, and not necessarily because it's going to improve our probabilities of winning. It just makes the bet selection easy. You don't have to think about it. So it's more about the actual progression. Oh, I would have liked that to go into 34. It's more about the actual progression and numbers covered rather than the bet selections. Where were we before that? We were at $65. Where's the one that we went backwards? Just zoom into these stats. We went backwards at one point, didn't we? It was here, wasn't it? Yeah, we went backwards there. But then, since then, we have been on that stair step up. Okay, repeat this bet. Get 3 on. So we either want to win this and we'll make some money, or if we do lose this, it's going to sound silly, we also want to lose the next bet so that we can double the one after that. Winning those 5 streets is a bit frustrating because we're just going to reset and we will have gone backwards. Okay, let's see. Hopefully, yeah, it's so strange for me to want to lose this, but I just don't want to be resetting and going backwards, especially for tournament purposes. If we go back up to, if we only make $100, unfortunately, even though you're going to be in a top 8 now, I don't think that you are going to stay in the top 8 throughout these 37 strategies, or at least I hope not, because that means that we've not done very well in this tournament. Okie dokes. So we have lost that one. Now we repeat and double. Okay, this is the biggest bet we've had on the table, $25. Then, if this loses, we add another street for $5. That's also not going to get us into profit, is it? If I lose this, then have a 6th street, and they're all $5, that won't put me back into profit. Right, what's going to happen here? Yeah, so right, so we recovered slightly there. Let's get this $2.50 back on. Let me zoom in for you. That was basically a full recovery. $70, went through that losing streak, won, and came back to 67.50. It's essentially a full recovery. The one after that would have been 6 still at $5. So that definitely wouldn't have fully recovered. Maybe you stay again until you're in session profit. That's a rule that many people apply to their strategies. Is like don't reset until in session profit. I'm certain the Roulette Devil didn't say anything about not resetting unless you're in session profit. But that 6th bet at $5, sorry, those 6 streets at $5 each are not going to recover. In fact, I think that you're going to be quite far behind. So if we get to that situation, I might repeat that bet. And I also want to get onto that Fibonacci sequence. All right, go 21 here. I don't think we're not going to be able to see this Fibonacci. 24 losses, 8 wins. So we are on 32 spins so far. We are not going to be able to see this Fibonacci sequence, which sort of shows the safety of this strategy, doesn't it? Like, you only have to start escalating your bets via the Fibonacci sequence after a lot of losers in a row. Let's repeat this bet. Yeah, so I don't think the Roulette Devil will mind me if we miss that 6th street when we got 6 streets at $5. I don't think he'll mind me just staying at that level because I don't think this is going to win the tournament. It might win some money, which is obviously quite nice. Oh, there's some profit. $72.50. Made $5 there from where we last started. Could you get a bit more aggressive with this, considering that you have to get unlucky, very unlucky, to get to that Fibonacci sequence? So could these be $5 bets? And then obviously you get to that 5th one, miss the 5th one, double them so they're on 10 each, and then start the Fibonacci sequence from there. 10, 10, 20, 30, etc. Let's repeat this bet. And get another street on. So yeah, I think this is going to make money. We've got 2 more spins. In fact, it certainly is going to make money. So Roulette Devil, thank you very much for that strategy. It's a shame, but it's also good for us. Obviously, it means that we weren't super unlucky, but it is a shame that we didn't get to see that Fibonacci kick in when we hit those 6 streets. Nice. Look at this, almost $100 in profit. Last spin, guys. So this is going to win at least $90, $92.50 to be precise if we lose this bet. So yeah, it does have a Fibonacci built in there at the back end. We never got to try it out. Roulette Devil, you will receive a third of these winnings, so about $30. Obviously, see if you can hang on to get into that top 8. I hope you don't, because I'd like to be winning some money with the other strategies, but obviously best of luck. I think that was quite nice, to be honest. What was that called? Street Cred. If you're going to try this out yourself, obviously change it with your bankroll, but maybe with $1,000 we could push those to $5 streets. Anyway, I'm happy to put some money on the board. Thanks very much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.